Hello student, myself Nimesh Prabhakar. Welcome to Antenna and Propagation lecture series. In my previous lecture, I discussed about the oscillating dipole, or in other words, Hertz dipole. So in that lecture, we discussed how the oscillating dipole is behave, like we see about the electric field, magnetic field, and radiation power and radiation resistance of the oscillating dipole. So in that lecture we discussed about the analysis of the oscillating dipole. Now in this lecture we discuss about the monopole antenna. This is the another type of the dipole antenna. So here we discuss about the monopole antenna. So first of all we understand the basic theory behind the monopole antenna. What is the monopole antenna? So in dipole antenna we have seen that it is center feed antenna. We know that in the dipole antenna we feed, that means we give the supply of the voltage in the center of the dipole antenna. It has two sections of length L by 2. One end of the dipole behave like positive charge and other like negative charge. In oscillating dipole, we discuss about this. Like in a dipole antenna has two pole. One is the behave like the positive charge and another pole is behave like the negative charge. The charge at the end is continuously oscillating. Monopole antenna consists of only one section of the length h. That means here the name is known as a monopole. That means here we consider only one pole. In a dipole, that means in that section we consider two pole. But here the monopole antenna, here we consider only one pole. So that's why there is a one section in this antenna. When the length h is equals to lambda by 4, we know that lambda is the wavelength and the h is the uh, height of the antenna, or in the other word we can say the length of the antenna. When the length h is equals to lambda by 4, it is called as the monopole antenna. So in the antenna, if the length h is equals to lambda by 4, that antenna is known as the monopole antenna. Analysis of this antenna is done by using a method of image. So to analyze this antenna, that means the monopole antenna, we use the image method. In this method, after finding image of the monopole below the reflecting plane, we remove reflecting plane. So here in this figure, we can see this is the original monopole antenna, and the below part is the imaginary part, or we can say the image of the monopole antenna. So only one section we can see here, and this is the imaginary part of this monopole antenna. Monopole of the height h produce same field strength above the plane as does the dipole of the length L is equals to 2h. That means this monopole is produce same field strength as the dipole that produce L is equals to 2h. However, the monopole radiates only through the hemispherical surface above the plane. So its radiated power is only one half that of corresponding dipole. Because we know that here the monopole has only one element, or we can say this is a single element. So the radiation of this monopole is the hemispherical surface above the plane. So its radiate power is only one half that of corresponding dipole. For small dipole with the length L, the power radiate is, we know that for the short dipole, the power is radiate is given by P radiate for the short dipole is 10 pi square I0 scale L by lambda square. The monopole is nothing but the 1 by 2 of the dipole. So we write here the power radiate by the monopole is equals to power radiate by dipole by 2, or we can say the 1 by 2 into the power radiated by the dipole. So simply we can write this equation like equation number 1. We can say that the 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 tan pi square I0 square L by lambda square. We can write as. Now power radiated by any antenna with radiation resistance RR and current I0 is P radiate is equals to 1 by 2 I square R, or we can say the I0 here we consider the current is the I0. So that's why here we write here the I square R is also I0 square R, where the I0 is the current and the RR is indicate the radiation resistance. Comparing equation number 2 and 3. So now here we compare this equation number 2 and equation number 3. So we can write 1 by 2 I0 square RR is equals to 1 by 2 tan pi square I0 square L by lambda. So from this equation we can conclude that means here the 1 by 2 is cut, and when RR, so here we can find out the RR is equals to, that means radiation resistance is equals to tan pi square L by lambda square. So this is the radiation resistance value for the monopole antenna. So we can see here the radiation resistance value is depends on the L and lambda. Now for the monopole length is only half that of the dipole. We know that the monopole antenna length is half of the dipole. So L is equals to 2h. So now we substitute that value in the RR equation, that means in the radiation resistance equation. So here instead of the L we just put 2h. So we can get the RR, that means radiation resistance is equals to tan pi square 2h by lambda square. So we get radiation resistance RR is equals to 40 pi square h by lambda. And now we discuss about the directivity of the monopole antenna. The expression for the field Hertzian monopole and Hertzian dipole are same, thus resulting in the same average power pointing vector, that means W average is equals to eta by 2 Ki0L upon 4 pi sin square theta upon R square. The radiation intensity is given by, like, U is equals to, we know that the radiation intensity is nothing but the R square into W average. So we get eta by 2 Ki0L upon 4 pi into sin square theta. We can write this as a U0 into sin square theta. The maximum value of U is obtained when theta is equals to 19 degree. So when we substitute the value in the above equation, that means in this equation we put the theta is equals to 90 degree. So we get the U maximum, that means radiation intensity maximum value is equals to U0. So knowing the U, we obtain the power radiated using this equation, like P radiate is equals to integration U d ohm. So we can write the power radiation in the hemispherical coordinate system. So here we write the 0 to 2 pi integration, second integration 0 to pi by 2, because this is a monopole antenna, U0 sin square theta sin theta d theta d phi. So we can write P radiate is equals to, when we solve this equation from the integration rule, so we get here the U0 into 2 pi into 2 by 3 into 1. So we get power radiate by this monopole antenna is equal to 4 pi by 3 U0. The limit 0 to pi by 2 over theta is due to monopole radiate only in the upper hemisphere. So that radiate the power in the upper hemisphere. That's why here we write the 0 to pi by 2 instead of 0 to pi. Using the definition of the directivity, we know that the directivity is nothing but the 4 pi U max upon power radiate. That means U max is nothing but the maximum intensity and the P radiate is nothing but the power radiate. So we get 4 pi into U0, and we have the equation for the power radiate is the 4 pi by 3 into U0, and the U max is nothing but the U0, because we know that the sine square theta and the theta is equal to 90 degrees, so we get the U max equals to U0. So when we solve this equation, so we get the directivity is equals to 3. So for the monopole antenna, the directivity is the 3. So in this lecture, we discuss about the monopole antenna. So we analyze the monopole antenna. Thank you. Hello and welcome to our channel Electronics and Communication Engineering. Congratulations to find us for learning. You are watching a lecture series on antenna and propagation that has approx 44 sessions and more are coming up. We have more than 1200 sessions in various lecture series on courses for Electronics and Communication Engineering. Watch it and learn. If you like it, share it, subscribe it and press bell icon to receive all updates on new session. Enjoy learning.